electrolytes because of my penis.
I mean,
she had the foresight to.
And by the way, Timothy Chalamet's not even that fucking hot.
Wait,
I don't know what I don't know.
I mean, I
don't know
think
I don't know what that was.
It's been pissing me off. My lady's been talking about how hot Timothy Chalamet is, and it's pissing me off. He's not even that hot. He's fine.
I fuck with this. I fuck with this as an argument because I don't like it when.
Are we recording? Okay.
When women are like, "Ooh, look how hot this guy is. Ooh, look how hot this guy is."
This is actually a take. This is just gonna. I will say, out of context, this is gonna seem like three insecure men talking about other men. But I'm 100% on board.
Yeah.
There are so many people that just the population in general like swoon over. Yeah. And I go, if you saw him walking down the street, you would not break your neck to turn and look at him.
Yeah.
But because he's a famous person. But then there are people that are
like, I had this with the Gladiator 2 when it came out.
Yeah.
I was genuinely excited to see this. And the girl that I was talking to was like, for a week leading up to it coming out, was like constantly like, oh my God, look how hot he is. I can't
Pedro Pascal?
No, you're thinking of. I guess he's in it, but he's not the hottie of the show. What's his name? That little fucking Irish prick.
Oh,
the weird guy. That
fuck, I know. He's the killing of the sacred deer. That guy, right?
The kid in Saltburn.
Yeah. Oh, that's who I was thinking of. I heard Irish kid.
What the fuck are you talking about, though?
What, yeah, look him up. Josh, what's his name?
Gladiator 2. There's a lot of hotties in it.
Oh, Paul Mescal?
Paul Mescal. You're thinking of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, well,
Paul Mescal.
To be fair,
those two names are.
To be fair, Pedro Pascal, when that show came out, the zombie show that he was in, that I didn't think was that good.
Yeah,
everybody. I mean, people were absolutely obsessed. I saw somebody last week with a bumper sticker of him on their car. Like he was the guy for the moment. That's why I mentioned
for like a few months. So she goes, she's just like for a week gumming up. She's like, oh my God, look how hot he is. Look how hot he is. Look how hot he is. And I'm like, hey, you're ruining the movie for me. Because now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be like, fuck this little Irish prick. Like in my head, you just
making my girl moist during the movie.
Yeah.
What are you
And then
doing?
I go in there and I watch it. Maybe the first like 30 minutes, I'm like, we watched it together. And I was like, why do you think you deserve him?
I don't know. Your logic has flip-flopped now.
It hasn't flopped. What do you mean?
Because first you were like, I don't even get it. I don't think he's that hot. But then now you're like, well, why do you deserve it?
Why do you have to constantly show him to me?
Like this is obviously an objectively attractive man, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. He's actually a really great example of what I'm talking about.
He's
Obviously
fine.
attractive.
He's fine.
This is why this picture is a perfect example of why women go, he's so hot, because they do these professional photo shoots where they make him look sexy as fuck. If any of us posted a picture like with this little tattoo or this, what's he got?
He got a kilt on?
Okay, well that's for a gladiator, I think. But anyways, if either of us posted this picture,
his vascularity there is getting me. Look at his fucking veins in those thighs.
He's got a little yoga suit on though. They would not have that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like I mean, look at this picture. Tell me I post this picture. And then I
if you posted that photo, you get 17,000 likes.
Well,
Matt.
yeah, but that's different. That's different. I'm talking about the female gays, not the gay gays. Okay. But yeah.
My point being, though, Timothy Chalamet's not even that hot, and my girlfriend and I should not be having a conversation about how he's not that hot.
Yeah.
She also thinks that what's his fucking face is hot. The British fucking spider guy. Spider-Man. The British
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, but Tom Holland's the best.
Dude, he got butt fucked on camera.
No way.
Well,
I mean,
in
a movie.
In a movie.
But did they actually? They didn't actually.
Well, they didn't actually fuck his butt.
Fuck his butt, idiot.
No, dude. You just said he actually got butt fucked on.
No, I said he got butt fucked in a movie. Look at that.
Welcome.
She's telling me that he's her hall pass. My girl said that that's her hall pass.
Well, this is okay. Well, this is acting.
Oh, the way his act. Well, I don't know. That didn't look like acting.
And you want to be?
I mean, yeah, that doesn't.
No, he's a good actor.
He's furrowed.
No,
brother.
dude. I mean, look at that gasp, dude. He's getting it there.
Yeah.
He's locked in.
Yeah. I mean, at what point does method acting go too far? You know what I mean?
Anyways,
I mean,
Praise
yeah,
for
I
X-rated
get it.
scene,
I do
male
think
co-star. Was that in? Is that Spider? Is he playing Spider-Man there?
It's obviously not in Spider-Man.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe did a Spider-Man.
Some guy was shooting
Joker
webs in him for
crossover.
sure, but
Crazy. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen the new one.
Dean Stanfield.
I haven't seen the new one. Is hilarious. Yeah, did they just all of a sudden make the kids movie into a gay porn?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the new one.
So it's funny to
Dude,
be
they're
like,
getting wild with these
what
kids
comic
shows.
book does he get butt fuck in?
Yeah,
do you
what,
think?
yeah, what,
I do think it's
Listen to my dad.
I do think it's interesting.
that is what my dad thinks Spider-Man is. Like if I got super into Spider-Man, he's like, yeah, that one where he gets his fucking ass fucked.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't do any research.
The guy in tights who gets his butt fucked.
Yeah. That's what my dad thinks of Spider-Man.
Dean Stanfield, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you
Friendly
for coming
Fire.
to the Friendly Fire podcast. Look at that, boom, boom. We're shooting rounds off at each other.
Spider-Man meme? You seen that? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's seen that.
Anyways, what do you think of Nick's? What do you think of the neck rolls that Matt has in that photo? We removed
Dude, that
them.
and the clinch.
They're
the
actually
little
gills.
lip bite.
Yeah.
The little
Gills.
lip bite.
Gills and lip
I will
bites.
say,
They should make your lips bigger. You have bigger, plumper lips than that.
I got nice lips for a white boy.
You do. You got the ass and the lips.
I got the ass and the lips. This is a very true story that I turned into a joke, but I did get told one time at a Target that I had nice lips for a white boy by a black woman,
That's so great.
and I went, oh, I could die. Like I don't care what happens to me the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I live off of that sometimes.
Right.
I'll feel bad about myself, and I go,
Dude,
Clip
churches
it.
drive-throughs are the best for that.
Churches?
Yeah, like
I
churches.
haven't been to a Church's Chicken in a long time.
You got to go. If you're feeling down, like it's a dreary day like this,
You
just go
strike
get
me
some-
as the kind of white person who could, and take this the way you want to take it, could
Yeah, I
both
will,
put
I will.
fear into a black person,
Yeah.
but also could be very heavily complimented by a black
It's
black woman.
90% of the time it's complimented.
Yeah.
what's the other 10%?
The other 10% is like going across the street. Like they go across the street.
They
We're
go across.
walking it- yeah,
That's
walking
funny.
it, yeah,
that
yeah.
you are so country that black people are going.
Sometimes
I'm
from
not
a
even
distance, but
They
when they
see
get
a-
close,
hilarious.
they
They
see
see a
my.
mullet and they go, yeah,
I'm not
it's
even
just
gonna deal
worth
with it.
Let's
I'm not
cross
even
the
gonna deal
street.
with it.
Yeah, but they're like it depends on. I think
That's
the
funny.
part of the country that you
It's not funny.
that they
Societal
grew up in.
racism is not funny.
No. But like to like a Chicago black person, they see this
You're
and
a
they
problem.
go, "Yeah, I'm a problem." But to like Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama,
Yeah.
like most of them are like, "No,
That's my neighbor.
that's my neighbor." Yeah.
Yeah.
We grew up same place. Same
Have you
time.
been seeing the? Have you guys seen the? Do you know who Jin Lee is
No.
on TikTok? Josh, will you Google Jin? Will you go to YouTube and type in Jin Lee stand on it?
Jin Lee.
It's going insanely viral
yes.
on TikTok.
Yes,
I've
dude.
been tagged.
Yes.
I've been tagged with a
Yes.
G.
Yeah, it's
Is this,
I've been-
is this the lady that goes to?
no,
No,
it's
I've been
not a
I've been
lady.
tagged in
That's
this.
him.
Click on type shit. Type
That's
shit.
it.
The-
Jin Lee.
The first video. I've been tagged in this video so many times. It goes crazy. The song does go crazy though.
Taja, the guy that lives in Bianca's. Building,
Yeah. Tajay.
Tajay
Look at
says this shit all the time. Type shit.
do it for a brick or raw. Just wait.
You know I'm a trap god, baby. I'ma serve it all. Take some fucking dog food, nigga.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Pause it.
Crazy.
Okay.
The amount of people who keep sending this to me,
Okay.
being like, I didn't know you were rapping now. And it's like, yo.
Listen, saying it is one thing.
To
Yeah.
put it on the
But
screen
to put
is
it
crazy.
in bold, this Viking go hard. That's so funny. To put it in bold across the screen. I mean, he knows what he's doing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's rage bait. That's
Yeah.
all that it is.
And it's funny because it's like the polar opposite of like, okay, on a spectrum of like, on a spectrum of race, a redheaded white person could not be further
Away
from a black
from
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
a black
person
man. Yeah,
who's gonna get
a redheaded man to a black man
But
is like
Houston, that makes a.
he's from Dallas,
Oh, okay.
so I think
which doesn't actually help. Dallas is
I think he's
It's
like a
Post
real. I
Malone.
think he's
That's
like a
where the
real.
white rappers come from.
Well,
Yeah, I
the
think he's like a real Crip. I watched some videos about it because I went, "There's no way," and then everybody was like
Are the
in the
Crips in
comments.
Dallas?
because there's
I
Crips
guess there's a
everywhere.
lot of them.
A lot of Crips in
Anyways,
OKC too.
I
There's-
just keep getting tagged in that.
There's
funny.
there's a video of him singing this song with a lot of black people around him, and
Yeah.
they all seem chill with it. So
Well, that's what people are saying. They're like, he's like a real deal Crip, I guess. And so people are like,
Yeah.
you go say. The top comment was, "You go tell him not to say it." and it's
right, exactly.
See what happens.
Exactly. So,
But anyway, so I thought that was funny. And then what else?
Josh's career as a rapper is going really well.
Yeah, and then I put it on my story, and then it got like 6 favorites, and then I deleted it immediately because I went
insecure.
I went. I don't like that I posted this on my story.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, then I went. I don't think it's that funny anymore. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny when it's on my story and people are engaging with it. I went. This is the wrong type of engagement. I feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was like, I don't.
Yeah, this is where white people are going out.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you post something that gets engagement from the wrong group of people, and you go, "Yeah, I got to take this."
You
down.
went, yeah, I didn't like it. It was supposed to be funny for a different reason that I think you're thinking it's funny. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm like, no.
It's in a song. That's the rule.
My friends said I could say it.
Yeah.
Just like the difference. This guy is a gang member and grew up around black people, and then there's the guy who's like, see,
Yeah,
who
there's
has
some guy
one
like-
black person in his life. He's just like, see, if he can say it. No, that's great because it's been a long time since we had a white rapper who said it. I don't really remember the last one. There's a lot of Mexicans will say it, but it's been a long time since we had a white guy say it. Not that I'm like proud of that. I'm just making an observation.
Who would have been the last one?
I don't remember the last white rapper who just like I mean, listen, there's never been a white rapper who's said it and then typed it in bold across the screen.
That is very true.
Music video is nuts, dude.
Yeah, to put it on the.
I'm sure Machine Gun Kelly.
I don't think he would have said it, but I'm not really sure. We probably can't really look into that too much.
Yeah, we can just. I mean, we can just keep.
You start
moving.
typing the
rapper
wrong.
saying-
You start typing the wrong thing. You know.
You're Hispanic. You can type.
There was a.
This guy. Oh fuck yeah, he would
Ritz.
say it.
He looks like yeah.
It's also funny. It's funny to be 44 years old and never have made it in rap, but then just have videos of you publicly saying it.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna get your ass whooped.
He had a few songs.
Huh.
I don't know.
What was top? What was top?
Yeah.
Who?
I don't.
Switch lanes. God, rap songs just sound cool though. Switch lanes, I guarantee that song goes crazy just from the name.
Switching lanes is a thing that
Turn
rap
down.
makes seem really cool, and it's something
White
that I do
rapper.
every day. Very uncool.
Turn my blinker on.
Bloody Muddy.
I turn my blinker on and I check my blind spot.
Sleep at night.
Just like I just
That was crazy. That's a shot.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Did you guys watch what did you guys do for the Super Bowl? You guys were together. I saw photos.
Yeah, we were together. Where were you?
I was driving back from Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
And then I got back right at like 5:40 and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't watch
we went
half.
to Bianca's and we watched it. It was really funny because it was obviously just a terrible game. But
So sick,
I don't
though.
know. It was.
there were like 5 or 6 women there, 4 or 5 guys, and there was a time where there
Ralph
was
was
a
sick.
moment where I was just sitting there. Every dude was in the living room, every woman was in the kitchen, and Dillon Carlino.
Dillon was holding court.
least you guys-
Dillon was with the ladies.
Well, it's better for him to be there than being the guy that's like, yeah, go sports. You know what I
the
mean?
worst, yeah.
When there's a guy who's like, yeah, oh, did he score a home run? And you're like, oh,
Dillon did.
Dude, he was being built up by the women too. Like he started getting the zoomies. He started
the gay zoomies.
Like gay zoomies. He was kicking Lily Wild and
yeah.
was on one.
Sometimes that happens.
The gay zoomies. It's fun to watch people get the zoomies.
yeah, it
Girls
is.
love
Girls
a
get
gay
this-
man's attention.
Well, girls get the zoomies when they eat, like when their food comes, they'll start doing the dances. That's like them getting the zoomies. Gay dudes when they start getting female attention. White guys if they take pre-workout.
when they watch a
or-
Jin Lee video.
Yeah, when they watch a Jin Lee video, when
Popping
they
2 Zins.
when they start speeding on the highway.
Yeah, start pop a couple zins in, get wild, get a little anxiety.
That watching
Throw
the
on some Jin Lee, start switching lanes
oh,
illegally.
yeah. Checking your blind spot.
Checking my blind spot.
I'm checking my blind spot. And then what else did I do? I watched the game at the house by myself I guess Ariel came down and tried to watch it, and it's like and it was just like her drawing on her iPad and then me yelling like, this game sucks.
Dude,
Cooper DeJean made it worth it though. Watching Cooper
DeJean is playing like DeJean Cooper is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
The white corner that the Eagles have.
We watched that happen.
Dude, that pick six was
first time a pick six happened by a white man.
We were wondering
in the Super Bowl. Ever.
Well, it was
because you're right, because there was the Super Bowl era started in like the 60s, right?
Well, we're talking Well,
so there's definitely been white corners who have picked off,
but specifically a pick six.
In the NFL, there's got to be. He's not the first one.
He's got to be the first one in the
Super Bowl. I bet the first one in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, first one in the Super Bowl.
But if we go back to like the national championships, when it would be like back before the NFL was like officially, like they had like the Super Bowl, because there's the whole. Before the NFL started doing like the actual Super Bowl, they would do like the national title or whatever they called it. They didn't call it the Super Bowl. Yeah. So that's the whole Super Bowl era thing when they say.
You want to hear something that's going to make you feel really bad? So Cooper DeJean, I think he was only the second player to ever score a touchdown in the Super Bowl on his birthday.
Crazy.
It was his 22nd birthday.
Jesus.
You forget that they're younger than you.
Dude.
I associate them because they're 6'2", 6'3", and jacked. I go, he's older than me.
Well, I do that with people who aren't jacked. Like I obviously watch a lot of golf. Like Scotty Scheffler is like right now having the closest thing to a run like comparatively to like Tiger Woods in his prime in forever. And he's younger than I am. I look at him as a grown adult because he's dominating the world of golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which, is a global sport. And I think he's like 28 or something like that.
It's when people are wildly successful in a field that's hard to be successful in, that you go, oh, he must be older than me, or he must be older than me. But then you find out that they're younger, and you go, oh, I like Emma. I've made wrong decisions.
Well, yeah, and it's like
I should have been in the NFL.
There's also a psychological thing to it because I'll watch college football and I see these guys. And I go, in my head, I know these guys are 18, 19, 20, children. But they look like grown adults. And I don't know if that's like a athlete thing or if it's a psychological thing.
Both.
But they're also covered up. Like you can't.
No, I mean like when they're got their helmets off and stuff on the sideline.
I watch them like they do a touchdown or whatever, and then they come back, do a touchdown, and then they get back to the sidelines, and then they remove their helmet, and they're just a baby.
See, I'm unable to see the baby. I always see that as like a person that's my age.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's an adult.
You forget that, like when they're like, especially college football, it's like, oh, that kid's like, there's like that receiver from Alabama who's literally 17.
He was 17 years old,
and you're like, how the fuck?
Capable of greatness.
I mean, it's just.
When I was 17, I was just like smoking K2 and playing basketball.
Yeah, when I was.
You smoked K2?
Oh, like K2. A lot.
Yeah.
No shit. Is that like Oklahoma was just allowing it? Because I remember it popped
up. It was legal.
And then they got
it was fully legal.
So what happened in Oklahoma? At least I don't know. Maybe I was a little bit more on top of it because me and my friends were like drug addicts or whatever. But like. They would outlaw the chemical that was on it, and then they would just barely change the chemical. So it was just like a thing. It's actually very similar to like how like here we have THCA and Delta 9 and all that. It's like the compound that they made illegal if you change it just a little bit.
Yeah.
But then it with a weird like bathtub chemical like K2.
Yeah.
It would just like you would change the chemical a little bit, but it would drastically change the effects that were produced.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time I ever did it, I bought a pipe, I took like 3 hits, and then I had like a full-blown like panic. I started like twitching, my heart was beating really fast. My mom found me. I was with my friend. My mom found me, had to like take care of me all night. The second time I smoked it, my friend sprinkled some in a blunt and we all smoked it. And we were at a house party, but we had driven down the street, and I jumped out of the car and sprinted back to the house party because I was freaking out. And then I went outside to try to calm down. And when I went outside, there was another kid there sitting like rocking back and forth who had also smoked it and was freaking out. But then eventually you just learn to smoke the right amount. Like it was just crazy.
Just too much.
We would smoke it because my friends were all on like probation, and so they'd have to pass their drug tests. So then I would just get bullied into smoking K2. Like I didn't want to do it, and they would be like, I was like, I don't have to fucking take a drug test.
It hit the beach, South Padre, 2010. Spring break.
That's about the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember we'd been to the 2009 spring break freshman year, and then this is like sophomore year. There were guys like walking around with they had little sealed bags that they were selling it in, and they were just giving it away.
Crazy.
And then we watched like 3/4 of the beach just shut down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just, dude.
People just were like laying out all fucked up, and then like they were bringing in gurneys and hauling people out. Like what is getting these kids? and then like I remember like the next day. There was like signs out everywhere. Do not smoke this shit. This is just really bad for you. It's coming from Mexico. They're making up all kinds of shit.
I like
It's
that.
coming from
That's what
Mexico.
scared us.
It
That's what
sounds like a
scared us.
Trump.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Trump
The
thing.
K2, it's coming from Mexico.
They get a K2.
That's what made us
so
all go like,
funny.
all right, we're not fucking with
Yeah,
that.
that is how you know. So that's so funny because that's a real thing. But you know, it's funny though in the drug world though. Sometimes if you're serious about it, you go, oh, it's coming from Mexico. It's like it's like depending on the drug.
Yeah.
If you're getting fucking yayo from Mexico,
Yeah.
you're like,
Which we were.
must be
Yeah,
some
yeah,
good.
that's
That
the-
must be some
that's
fucking
where
coke.
all of it comes from
But then-
Mexico, Colombia.
But then
South
you get
America. But
like if you
yeah.
were to pass me a blunt and you're like, man, this shit comes straight from South Carolina, I would be like, I don't want that.
Yeah, or like I mean, like
South Carolina.
weed from Mexico was like historically bad weed.
Yeah, the swag.
It's like swag that
I
they
don't
shoved
fuck
in a
around with it.
tire, and it had seeds and sticks,
Yeah,
and you
but
could
we
buy
used to get it, and you used
a
to.
dub. You could buy an eighth of it for $20.
Yeah, and then you get to roll up like 20 or 30.
Yeah, and then you have a
would just, like,
headache all
smoke
day.
'em.
We used to think that we would
make you just giggle
come
loud.
on,
You would get-
Josh.
you
I
would
know
get a
you,
tummy
I know
in.
you know.
A seed would burst on your lip.
Yeah,
right?
that shit would fuck you
dude,
up.
yeah.
That shit was barely weed.
Yeah, it would start sparking when you'd light it.
yeah.
You would have a full flame
Little
on
pop
your
rocks.
face. Yeah, dude. Yeah, turn into a fucking.
It really was like pop rocks and shit.
We would get it at the skate park. I remember getting it at the skate park trying to ollie. I was like trying to learn to ollie while smoking swag. I was like fucking 14.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Swag
The
was
fucking
I remember
Zids.
there's this video. I wonder if I sometimes worry about videos of me when I was like real fucked up,
Oh,
like
they're
getting
so
leaked or not even leaked, just like resurfacing from my friend groups. Cause I remember one time I smoked K2 when I was probably 15, 16 and I was running around. There's this guy, there's a famous RuneScape streamer named Bodie, and he has this intro song, and it's like, "What's going on, guys? It's Bodie here." And then that was like what his video would be, and then there would be like this big bass drop, and it'd be like, boom, boom. And I was walking around. I mean, I'm torched out of my mind at this house party.
Torched on swag.
Torched on K2, no pants on. I'm in socks, shoes, and a t-shirt. Walking around
Wait,
blaring
cock out
naked?
or
no,
underwear?
I had underwear on too, but I just am in my shorts or my undies with my shoes on, walking around going, "What's going on, guys? Boaty here," and nobody's laughing, and I keep doing it in every room because I think it's so funny, and nobody's laughing.
I think if that got
bombing.
leaked, it would be hilarious.
I mean, I freak out sometimes. That video I freak out about.
Wait,
and
it's
there was
just
one
you walking around showing yourself like
No. Like,
It's
yeah, my buddies were filming me, and then they like, and so which is worse because it was like they were kind of like, this is crazy. He's doing it.
Yeah.
we
And
want to
then-
show him this.
and we
later.
wanna show him later.
They weren't like, he's
wasn't like,
doing
"This is
something
so
really
funny."
funny. Let's film him. They were like, he's got to see this when
There
he's
was-
sober. He's going to hate it.
Yeah, exactly. And there was that one, and then there was another video that I worry about sometimes where I was I took an eighth of mushrooms and I freestyled.
lot.
Yeah, and I freestyled in Tanner Hoy's basement against, and I rap battled David Berkadal, who David Isaiah is his song. This is stuff on YouTube. He tried to be a musician. I think he might still do music, but
Now, in this freestyle, did you happen to go full Jin Lee or no?
I didn't go Jin Lee. I didn't go full Jin Lee, but all I
think
was
he's got an
rapping.
Asian name,
Dude,
too.
yeah, Jin Lee. Yeah, it's funny. It's like Ginger Lee, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But then, but I remember I was all fucked up on mushrooms. There's a crowd. We were freestyling, and I remember my whole rap battle at David was like me being like, "And I fucked yo bitch," like all of that.
Yeah.
And then Jacob Lee interrupted and went, "Why do you keep saying you're gonna fuck his bitch?" He was like, "You would never fuck anybody's bitch." And then everybody went, "Whoa!" And then I was just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Just catch a stray from a
Dude.
bystander.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm just all fucked up on mushrooms trying to be funny. And everybody was like, and he was just made it
Everybody
real.
was
And I was
like, no, seriously, you're so ugly you would never
yeah,
fuck his
that's
bitch.
it. Yeah,
You're
I was like, okay, dude.
all right.
Just because you're the man, god damn it.
You ever do mushrooms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We used to. High school, like maybe once or twice, and we'd go on like a fishing trip, and then my thing was like disappearing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I've grown up in the wilderness my whole life, and everybody's like scared of what's out there. And then I would just like it would be them trying to stop me from leaving. I'm like, you're not going to. I'm part of the wilderness.
Yeah.
And then I would just go out. We would just be
You're
playing
you
like
don't
hide
understand.
and seek.
I grew up in these fields.
Everybody's having a good time. Your ears to the ground. You're like, there's buffalo that way.
Like trying to find rattlesnakes and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
The snakes told me
Where's
there's
Dean
buffalo
at?
coming.
Yeah. Where's Dean at? You're 50 feet in the tree. 50 feet up. Just
I caught I think it was a garter snake, and then brought it into the house where everybody was doing mushrooms.
I'm
and
sure they
everybody
fucking hated that.
did not like it.
oh yeah, dude, it's a nightmare.
yeah.
Especially because, like, it's a harmless snake. It's a little garter snake.
And did not tell them that.
But yeah, of course.
But
and
snakes
I
are
don't-
people's like biggest fear.
Yeah,
Some people are
yeah.
like, that's my biggest fear is a snake.
That was a problem.
And
It's
then
like,
they're
hey guys, look what I found. Your uncle. No.
That's so funny.
What the fuck?
And then, but I would always take like I do like I don't know like half a gram, like never like a hero dose. And then a couple years after that, I started doing like twice a year, maybe even 3 times a year, doing like 2.5 to 3 grams, and then just having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One time, I might have told this, but one time me and my buddy used to sell, he sold everything, but he had mushrooms, and he came over, he had 2 separately bagged ounces, and he sold 1 ounce. I didn't have my scale because my apartment had been raided like 2 weeks before this. A really good setting to do mushrooms in, by the way.
Yeah.
An apartment where police drive by all the time, and they were currently just there
Raiding.
confiscating all your shit. Yeah.
never been more paranoid.
So what we did, we just eyeballed out of this bag, and I've never had a more intense. It was fucking crazy. Like, it was just crazy. At one point, we were like, we have to go outside, and we went into this little courtyard at like my shitty apartment. That was probably the size of this room that we're in.
Yeah.
But it felt like I was sitting in the middle of a football field. Like it felt like a stadium. Like it just felt huge, and I felt tiny. And we were laughing and like crying, and like everything was echoing. And then at one point we went inside, and things started to get dark. And I was starting to have like a panic attack, and then my buddy looked over and he goes, "I want you to know I'm not gonna do it, but I keep thinking about jumping off your balcony."
Yeah.
And my balcony, mind you, was like
Been there.
10 feet high. He would have just sprained an ankle. It would have just been like a real big bummer.
Or falling on his neck. You fall on your neck from 10 feet up. You're
Yeah,
fucked.
I mean, it was crazy. And then we held it together, and then the next day he went home, and he was like, "Dude, when I got home, I weighed that bag, and there were 7 grams left." So between him and I, we took 21 grams of mushrooms.
Yeah.
And
That's so much.
I know. Well,
Because
the-
I had, dude, on an 8th, I was like,
Yeah.
if I took any more, I don't think I would have came back.
He was like big
You
on
do,
that
but
shit.
you
So
leave.
he was trying
Yeah.
to take about 5 to 6 grams, and I was trying to take an 1/8, which
3
so
grams.
which
You ended
yeah,
up
3
doubling.
Yeah. So and,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that I didn't know how much I took, because I think the only reason that I was able to maintain any sense of like reality
Yeah.
is because I thought I had taken an 1/8, which I had taken before. And just
your
like,
baseline was
This
yeah.
one is like way.
Oh,
more
dude, it was
intense.
looking back on it. It was fucking. It was very, very intense.
Anytime I go over Nate, I always have the same effect of like it's fun for a little while, shit starts getting weird, stuff starts moving, and then I go into like if I close my eyes, I go into another world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And then
I
I
don't
open
like
up
that
and
at
I-
all.
Yeah.
I get every. I'm constantly, when I've taken him before, I'm constantly closing, looking to make sure I'm still here. Like, and I was pinching myself a lot. That was my big thing.
Yeah.
I would close my eyes and I'd start freaking out. I'd be like, "That's the real world," and then I'd start pinching myself. Like, I would go back and forth of like, "Am I coming in and out of this
Yeah.
rabbit hole?"
I
Which is
was
why I
always
don't.
afraid to go to like there was we had a big DMT phase as a group.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And it was so funny because I was like smoking oxys off of foil, but then like my buddies were doing DMT, and I was like, that's too much for me. Like it was like,
I'll stick to shooting up. Thank you.
excuse me, I'll stick to stealing from my parents. but so like they would do it, and dude, I watched one of my buddies. We were doing it, and we were doing. You have to do so with DMT. you basically have to force feed yourself the DMT to get to like, you have to take a hit, blow it out, take a hit, blow it out. I think you have to get like 3 solid ones, but by the time you're done with the second one, you start to kind of freeze up. But I watched, so the setting of the evening was one of my friends was there, and he was like pretty bad on drugs, but he would like just do anything. And they were really trying to get coke. This other kid there got coke. It got there and it was fake. They did like line after line after line, and it was just obviously not coke. They got ripped off. So one of my buddies was pissed. My other friend, the guy who took, 20 grams of mushrooms with me, showed up with DMT. My buddy does it, you lock up.
See, that's what stops me from doing it.
You lock up because you exit our reality. So he locks up for like 5 minutes, whatever. You have to very gingerly like pry their hands open to take the bong away and set it off and whatever. He comes to, and we're all like, what? Like, what? And he just stands up. He walks over to the other kid who had bought the bunk coke. And I remember it was like a scene from a movie, because the kid was walking out of the house back onto the patio, and my buddy walked up to him, and the kid went, "Sup, dude?" And he fucking decked him, knocked him to the ground, broke his jaw. It was bleeding out of the mouth, out of his nose. And I was like, what the fuck, Sam? Like, we were like, it was crazy. And then we left. We were like, we have to get the fuck out of here. Like, let's leave. And then I saw Sam like a week or two later, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what was going on? And like I thought he was like kind of in the middle of a trip or something like that. He was like, oh no, I was just pissed I wasted my money on that coke. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's what the, and by the way, for reference, it was trapezoidal figures that told it.
It was some geometric shaped alien that was like, you need to punch Chad directly in the fucking jaw.
A hexagon was talking.
Yeah. It is funny because like DMT, when you hear about it talked about now, like on podcasts, it's like this big spiritual experience and whatever. It's like, I watched this man completely exit reality, come back, and he was not enlightened. He was actually furious. He was ready to stand on business, actually.
Yeah. He was on his Jin Lee shit.
Yeah. He was, dude. It was fucking crazy. But that guy was a psycho. I watched him take Molly and snort like a gram of coke one time, and then he got convinced that his heart was going to stop. So he was just in the back room doing push-ups for like 2 hours.
I've seen people do similar things.
Which it's like, hey, man.
The exact opposite of what you should do.
I don't think that Molly and cocaine is making your heart slow down.
Yeah.
I think you need to chill out.
I had a friend who did a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups because he did blow, and he thought he was going to have a heart attack. And I'm like, well, you're making it
much worse.
So much worse.
Yeah.
To be like, I really need to get this heart rate even higher.
Rednecks, we never really had, or country folk, we didn't like Molly never really hit the scene.
Yeah.
Unless it did like after I graduated high school.
It was, when did you graduate? What year?
2012.
Yeah, same here. It was definitely, Molly came on the scene post 2012 for sure.
Yeah. That would have been an interesting, like, all of the, like...
Dude, watching cowboys get on Molly?
Yeah, because I guess it happened. Because it tore its way through the...
Dumping gas on fires and just be like, whoa.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
I love the flames.
Yeah. I would love to see a bunch of cowboys on Molly.
Yeah.
Just kind of touching each other, like, brother, you know it ain't gay, but your
That's what Brokeback Mountain was.
We always
yeah. Brokeback Mountain was just the fucking
Two
Jake
cowboys
Gyllenhaal.
who got a hold of Molly.
They just took a point of Molly each, and we're like, let's go up to that mountain.
But Molly was crazy. Molly was crazy.
Never did it.
Very fun.
Never did it either. Yeah, it wasn't. The girl that I dated in high school when I was in the Marines took it and went to Electric Forest and got fingered.
Not by you, huh?
Not by me.
Yeah. Not by you. I can see why maybe you didn't want to do Molly after that. You were like, I don't want to get fingered by someone.
Yeah, I'm not going to go. I don't want to end up at Electric Forest getting fingered.
I'm not going to take Molly. I know what happens when you're on Molly, and I don't want to be fingered.
I don't want Timothy Chalamet and fucking Tom Holland fingering me.
Yeah,
You've never done it?
No, never. No.
Molly's
I've
one
had
of
a couple opportunities.
You've done ecstasy?
No.
Yeah, see, Molly and ecstasy are like one of those drugs.
I'm already a happy guy.
Yeah, dude, the first time, but you can be happy.
Have you been? What's the saddest you've ever been?
Oh my God! What a fucking
no. It's a podcast. We'll talk about it. No. We'll talk about it.
I mean, probably like breakups. Or when my dad left.
This is what you wanted to bring up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say like Yeah, sophomore year. I went through a pretty bad one. And then,
Sophomore year, a breakup?
No, with my dad.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
his father left.
Yeah. And then that one, I was like, I got really sad and then really mad because I've always been like a rather happy kid.
Yeah.
Rather like good to me.
You're a pretty jolly guy overall.
But I do get, but that's the thing. Like I'm whatever the thing is that you get really sad and really happy.
Yeah, peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys. It ends up being more peaks than valleys. But when the valleys come, they're fucking.
They're
I'm
deep.
sad. Y'all have seen me before where I'm just like.
I haven't. That's what I was getting. That's what I was wondering.
I've seen you bummed out.
I've never seen you bummed up.
Yeah,
bummed out.
Bummed
Bummed
out.
up.
Bummed up. Bummed up.
Post breakups, I allow myself to get sad, and then once I'm in that headspace, it takes me a minute to get out.
Now, do you?
But I just don't get out of
do
bed.
you, when you go through something like that, do you just kind of like? You kind of just sulk in it, like you make yourself even sadder than you need
You think
to be.
you go on their Instagrams?
I have to mute. As soon as I go through a breakup, I have to. I immediately mute them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to deal with this. I don't want to see her story.
Now do you call them crying?
No.
Yeah, drunk?
Do you like?
like high school shit.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, dude. High school, the first breakup I went through, I was insane. I was like calling her hammered at like 1 a.m. on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like you just drank your dad's brandy.
Yeah, I was drinking my dad's great brandy.
You broke my fucking heart.
Leaving
bitch.
voicemails.
Yeah.
Also, one time I got accused of hitting a mailbox, and I didn't hit the fucking mailbox. If you're listening, I didn't hit your fucking mailbox. It was Jimmy Collins.
We used to do that shit a lot. I miss that.
Like
Driving
with
into a
cars, or you would like
We would do mailboxes and then AT&T phone pedestals.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Like you'd hit them with your cars?
No, we'd hit them with a bat. Like we'd drive around and drink in back roads.
Dude,
and then
I tried to
hop
do
out.
the bat thing because you see it in movies. Dude, you know when you'd hit like a foul ball wrong and your hands would fucking. I smoked the mailbox. It didn't bounce at all, and it just gave me the worst like foul ball tingles I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I dropped the bat, and I was like,
you
"That's."
didn't hit the sweet spot. That's
I
why.
didn't,
gotta hit the
dude.
sweet
It
spot.
didn't
You gotta
even
hit the
dent
sweet
the
spot.
fucking thing, and I went, "Yeah, this is."
Somebody's been through that before.
Or-
They steal titanium and they reinforce their mailbox.
Yeah, they literally. Yeah, it felt like it was. Yeah, it was like a
some
fucking.
idiot will try to knock this over. It'll
was-
really hurt his hand.
Yeah, dude, it was like military grade mailboxes.
Yeah,
I just
man.
got fucked up.
We loved denting them in the middle. So you'd go into the middle, like where it's it's like this. You'd hit it on the top, and then just come up and just fucking dent it straight through. Because they can't replace.
Now, what bat would you use? Wooden, or are we talking aluminum or wooden? Aluminum.
Yeah.
You guys got the fucking big barrels.
Yeah. We'd
You
fucking
remember
pull
when
out on it.
you remember when you were allowed to use big barrels for the first time?
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to use big barrels unless it was travel ball or in our city league you couldn't do it.
It was like
So-
a year, and then they took it away.
And then and then when you got to the 9th grade, big barrels broke out, brother.
Yeah.
People would be like fucking dickheads about their bat too. They'd be like, "No, this one has more pop in it. You can't use mine. It has pop in it. You're not gonna use my pop.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
actually
use my
do
pop,
remember
brother.
that.
on
You're not
the
gonna take
same
off all my
team.
pop." And it's like, yeah.
I only played in middle school, but we had I remember the pop. Like I remember a kid took my Sammy Sosa bat. I don't,
Was it black and then it faded to white? Was it a?
It started out black. The more you hit it, the more it turns
turns
white.
Starts getting bigger too.
like
It starts
200
taking
hits on it.
it starts taking steroids.
He took it, he swung it, he hit a pole, and left
that's
a dent
fucked
in my
up.
bat.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I
dude,
was-
that took all the pop.
Yeah, you took all the pop out.
Damaging the cork.
I was the only kid to hit a home run in my 7th or 8th grade year.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't. There's
prime
two
athlete,
sports I really didn't enjoy playing were baseball and football. And looking back on my life, I'm like, those are the ones you could have been very good.
Yeah,
at.
if you're here's the thing.
I was great at baseball.
What are you 6'5"?
6'4".
If you're 6'4" and you play basketball, you're small for a basketball player. If you're a
Yeah.
pro, if you're 6'4" and you play baseball, you're like at the top percentage of height.
Yeah.
And like you have like a size advantage. You'd be like a nasty pitcher.
And I was good, dude. Like
Nasty first
I
baseman.
never pitched.
Yeah.
I played first base. I played
Third
left
base.
field. And I was a good baseball player. I fucking hated it. I remember in like 6th grade crying because I didn't want to go to practice.
Dude, I used to cry. I remember crying to go to practice, and then I would be like, "No, I just want to play World of Warcraft." And my dad was like, "I'm literally gonna kill myself."
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna hit you.
this
I'm
is
gonna start
nuts.
hitting you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to. I was trying to level up my dwarf hunter. Dude, I was a BM
No.
dwarf hunter. I was beast mastery. I had a fucking nasty little turtle that was like sick as fuck. I got to level 60.
I never played video games.
Yeah, but you now play Dungeons and Dragons pretty
I play D&D every week. Yeah, pretty competitively.
Have you ever done that?
No.
No, that's a different realm of. I consider
all that you just said.
I consider it all in the same realm.
Yeah, I know it's the same.
Because I think
I just don't want to get with like here's what I think of when I think of. I know it's the same thing, but I know when I'm playing a video game, I know the people on the other end are dorks as well. Yeah. But there's something to me about being when people are like if I ever showed up to an event and somebody's like dressed in a cloak, I wouldn't like that.
Well, that guy, imagine that guy is Spencer Cavins.
That's true.
I even don't like it because now he's gonna try to show me his balls.
Dude, he does all the time. He sat there while somebody else was doing it. Zach Silverman and Matt were like playing out like a thing, and then I look over, and Spencer's just like got his sack and he's just stretching.
He's doing the bat wing.
Crazy, dude.
And he's like, I got you with my dark magic.
Yeah,
he says stuff like that. He's a psycho.
It is fun. I bet it is really fun though.
It's
For the record, I know it's probably fun.
With the boys.
Is it fair to assume that like Dungeons and Dragons, RuneScape, and World of Warcraft are all kind of in the same realm of?
Yeah, they're all derivatives. Like I think D&D came out first.
RPGs, role-playing games.
Gotcha.
And then everything else is played off of that. And technically, Lord of the Rings came out, and then D&D was based off of Lord of the Rings, and then everything else is based off D&D.
So interesting.
It's so much fun.
And you play campaigns or whatever you would call
2
it.
years, yeah.
Yeah, for like ever, right?
You know, my cousin keeps up with this is how insane. Well, it's not insane. It's just like anything else, I suppose. My cousin keeps up with a weekly D&D stream. So like his Thursday nights are
watching.
Yeah, he watches another thing take place.
Wow.
Which it's like I want to be like, why wouldn't you just play it yourself? But that's the same thing as like watching sports for us. Like,
what's up, guys? It's Bodie.
What's going on, guys? It's Bowie here. What's going on, guys?
The same thing as you watching Bodie.
I need to play it because it's so fucking good. What's going on, guys?
I've just never been into
Bodie's the man.
Like nerd shit. And I don't even say that like derogatory, like because I love a game night, dude. As you know, I mean,
listen. By the way, after Super Bowl, we did do game night, and Matt is a problem.
I'm a psycho.
He's a
you know this, and we've actually talked about this. So after the Super Bowl, we did another game night. We've talked about the first game night that we had. You weren't there, were you? No. It was a lot of the same thing, except it was a little bit more so because me and Spencer were both really going at it about stuff. And I beat Spencer. So Spencer got really upset. Spencer got like, you know, when you can see
he could have ruined the night, and he was very calm about it towards the end.
Yeah, you know when What's going on, guys? Buddy hit. That's
now
crazy.
Imagine that, but I'm on K2.
That actually sounds like kind of a funny bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see that being.
Sorry, I didn't mean to flow up. I just need everybody to.
No, it's okay.
And then he's specking in case you're wondering, in the video, he's specking
nice.
64.
It is nice though because Josh and I are similar in a way. We've never played games together, but I mean, a lot of our podcast history is been us arguing about stuff.
Yeah, so
just classic things, but except this time it's in a competitive nature. There's a weight to it. There's rules to go by. There's unanimous decisions based on the group. There's
there's politics to it because some people get it. Like I'll give you something, and I'll be like, but there is politics to it.
I literally saw Jordan did it where people were challenging one of my answers, and Jordan was like, "No, I'm on your side." And then 2 seconds later, he proposed a crazy answer, and I was like, "I see why you did that. I can't vote for you." I know you're trying to play politics right now, but I can't.
Yeah. But then the next time it comes back around and you need somebody.
You might. Yeah. You know, it's fun, dude.
Did you? Sorry. I just thought about. I saw another thing that I thought was really funny too about the Super Bowl too. Was the post-game interview of Travis Kelce because he wore a crazy outfit, and then he had to put it back on.
Yes. I saw the meme of imagine having to put this back on after that.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. It's so funny to be like the man and be dogging out Taylor Swift and then having to
dogging out Taylor Swift.
You know he's like putting his fucking foot on her head and just fucking her from behind. Like he's crushing her.
Dude.
And she doesn't and it's like she's never experienced cock like that. So she's
I bet she has, brother.
Oh, I don't think she has.
No?
She's never experienced
You've never.
cock like that.
There's got to be
She's a
something about
billionaire. She can literally just pick out a wiener she
Yeah,
wants.
but you think she's gonna put a white guy who does a black scent? You think she's gonna pick him? No, she's gonna pick like a you. She's gonna pick you, a guy who's gonna love her. She dated Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal's not fucking her like that. Jake Gyllenhaal. Dillon
You don't think
Carlino.
Jake
Wait.
Gyllenhaal
No,
is
guy
no,
like me.
1 second.
Hold on.
No, you're a nice
wait,
guy.
wait.
You're gonna go down on her and eat her out for an hour and make her fall in love with you and like kiss her on the forehead and shit. Travis Kelce's gonna like.
I do be doing that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Travis Kelce's gonna pull her hair and fucking put her
but I
finger.
also do that.
He's gonna do the fucking what's that called when you fish
Oh, the
hook her?
fish hooker?
He's gonna fish hook her. He's
don't
6'5". He's
know
gonna
what girl wants
he's
that.
gonna shit with the door open. Like he's gonna fuck her.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
not my original. Dillon Carlino was talking to me about like Jake Gyllenhaal probably spit in her mouth is what he said, which is so funny.
I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal probably throws down.
He probably throws dick.
No.
This guy showing up in an Amiri suit like this is crazy.
Dude, what if I
to
get
get
money if I go that
stomped.
direction? That would be a lot.
I
of
could
fun
see you
for me.
doing that. There is a
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Because I can go 70s
You
on
would go like you would get like a panther fur. Like you would have like an exotic animal fur
You
coat.
would go hunting
couple.
and then make a coat out of something that you killed yourself. And
Sounds like
Would you ever do that? Would you ever go to like Africa and like hunt exotic animals? I don't. The sportsmanship
That's
of
a
it's
different
fucked,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
If there's like, I would do like a water buffalo hunt, maybe, because it's like dangerous.
You like that?
And there's a ton of them there. So
Yeah.
but, like, I'm not gonna go do a lion. I've never, even though I've hunted all across the United States and Alaska. And,
You went to Alaska to hunt?
Yeah.
How was that?
I'm one of the most spiritual experiences. Did I show you that part, the photo of my ass?
Yeah.
That was at the moose camp that we went to.
Dude,
bare
did you guys
naked
have to like
looking at the
hike?
mountains.
Have to hike everywhere?
Like 4 or 5 miles a day.
yeah, that
Up
sounds
hills and
my worst
mountains and
nightmare.
shit.
Yeah. Like you basically
Now-
what you do is you sit at a base camp and then you watch that base camp and you watch bears coming down, you watch wolves coming down, and then you kind of off of the predators because they're easier to see. You kind of base those routes. It's like they're following something. So it's like, okay, follow those, and then you watch that, and then you watch the moose are in like this area, and then you go, okay, tomorrow we're gonna hike up so that we have a vantage point of shooting from that location. So you get up at like 3 in the morning, and then you start hiking up there. So at 6 in the morning you can be somewhat ready, and then you shoot it, and then you have to process it right there with wolves
Like field
and
dress
bears
it?
around, like quickly. And then move back to base camp, and then go back and get whatever you can and bring it back.
See, there's a part of this that sounds like my worst nightmare because early mornings, a lot of patience, sitting around hiking. There's the man deep inside of me that sounds tactical.
Yeah.
And like
And it's the more
fulfilling
suffering you do, the better the feeling. So
to
it's like there's part
and
of it.
Wait,
that
were
you're
you
like
shooting the moose?
Uh-huh.
Can you eat them?
Yeah.
You
They're
can eat-
amazing.
Really?
Eat meese? Whoa.
Eat what?
Meese.
Meese, he said it.
He did say it.
Goose, geese,
Geese,
moose,
moose,
meese.
meese.
Yeah.
Now what happens if you?
Mooses.
That's crazy.
Caribou, we did a caribou hunt.
And you're not like looking at
How
TikTok
big are-
while you're waiting or anything.
No,
right?
you can't get on the surface, yeah.
Now what's the signal out there? Are we able to scroll TikTok
Can
while we're
you,
bored?
Like,
We
can
put
I
our
use your
phones up
hotspot?
in the trucks, and we have an emergency like a
satellite.
GPS
And a
unit.
flare gun? Do you get a
Yeah.
flare gun?
Yeah, and then you take my cousins called me before I left Texas, and they were like, "Here's what you need. Like, we've got all the rest of the rifles, all the hunting gear. Just bring clothes." And they're like, "But bring a pistol that you like." And I go, "Okay, cool." And I was like, "What do I have to like? Do I need to buy bear rounds?" They're like, "No, it's for you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, it's just like for me. Like, we're gonna go shooting or something." He's like, "No. Like, pick the one you want to use, like for you."
Wait, what's the logic behind that?
If a bear's ripping you apart,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
easier to
You
fucking.
just-
Well, that's the same thing with flagpoles. You know that flagpoles and the top of flagpoles have a matchbook and a bullet.
No, that can't be
This
real.
is a real thing. Look this up. The top of there's certain bases
Where?
in
so,
bases.
so
and
what?
stuff.
So you can light a cigarette and
So
blow
you
your
can-
brains out?
So you can there's like what's in top of a flagpole?
Flag.
Why is it what?
It's like flagpole bullets inside of flagpoles.
This common myth. That's not a good start.
Something contains a bullet along with a razor blade and a match. Supposed to be used by soldiers to destroy the flag and potentially defend themselves in the event of an enemy takeover. However, this is just a story.
God damn
No
it!
real
Why did
flagpole
AI just
actually
ruin that?
contains a bullet inside
Razor
of
to
one.
I believed that. I got told that by a fucking first sergeant.
But so basically, the idea is you would get to the top, you would use the razor to cut the flag, you would take a match to burn the pieces, and then the bullet to either defend yourself or take your own life. But I like that it's like no basis in reality. It's just such a dramatic way to be like, funny? You were wrong.
You know what's crazy too, though, is when I think about it, I believed it, and then now logically it makes no sense because it's supposed to be like a last stand thing. Pull the flag, give it the proper ceremonial burning, and then like kill yourself. But it's so funny because you'd also have to climb to the top of the flagpole.
Yeah, that doesn't come down with the flag.
Yeah, which means you'd have to just make yourself a target.
Yeah.
Trying to, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, who should we shoot? Oh, the guy that's 40 feet in the air. The guy that's making himself a target.
Yeah, but maybe, enemy soldiers would be like, all right, that guy's not going anywhere.
Well, the Geneva Convention, they used to, this is true, video games have gotten in trouble for this. RuneScape, my favorite video game, RuneScape, got in trouble for having, according to the Geneva Convention, you can't display a red cross in any other scenario other than you're a medic on a battlefield, and like video games get in trouble for this.
Oh, because of knights?
Yeah, well, it's like like knights. So in like the video game that I was talking about specifically, there was a nurse that had that, and it like violates the Geneva Convention to display. So like,
why?
Because you're supposed to only use that symbol for like a medic on a battlefield.
And is the idea that the medic is like you cannot
I don't know
shoot them?
Yeah, the idea is that like if you ever see Saving Private Ryan, they don't shoot the guys with the big red crosses.
I've never seen the entirety of Saving Private Ryan.
Really?
Yeah.
That pisses me off as an American.
Makes me pretty
you have to
mad.
watch two films as an American. You got to watch Forrest Gump and Saving Private Ryan.
I've seen Forrest Gump. I don't think it's good.
That's
Yeah, we cannot argue about
this
that.
is fucking nuts.
He's trying to bait us into this.
This is crazy.
Tombstone, I would say
I
Tombstone.
don't think it's bad.
And
I just don't think it's great.
Are you fucking out of your mind? You ever been on a shrimping boat? No, but I've been on a real big boat. Are you kidding me? That's the best.
I love
It's a
you,
good
Jenny.
line.
Jenny.
I mean, and then
I
like,
just felt
the
like
plot
running.
line is just very sad too.
That's
Well,
also,
he gets-
we were
what's-
talking about this. There's a lot of rape in that one.
A lot of rape, lot of rape, a lot of AIDS.
Is there a lot of rape? Who rapes?
Jenny?
Brother. Jenny rapes and Jenny got raped.
Wait, Jenny rapes?
Yeah, Jenny rapes Forrest.
Oh,
he
well,
can't
yeah.
consent.
No.
Yeah.
Well, is he?
Yeah, he is. Because
Is
there's
he?
even at the very
1,000%
at the
he is,
very
brother.
at the very end too. He's meeting his son, and he's like, "Is he like me?" Meaning, like, is he?
Is he?
Yeah. So he understands
Mentally
a little
disabled.
bit, but there's definitely it's like the cycle of rape is what Forrest Gump is about. Like she gets.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
It is. I mean,
Well,
dude,
as a child, doesn't she get?
Yeah, by her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's so sad.
I never even thought about that because it's such a good movie, and now you're bringing this up and ruining the fucking movie for me.
You know
far,
what?
far
You know
away.
what? You know what? My biggest. You know
What
what?
do you say?
Go fly far
Far,
from the
far.
rape.
Oh yeah, pray for us, pray. We go fly far away. Certified lover boy, certified Forrest
A
Gump.
problem that I have with the movie is one of the biggest lines is "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get."
Yeah, which was actually never said in the movie.
What does he say?
No, that's what he says.
Yeah,
But
okay.
you
I was
like
about.
those
I was about to say.
That's
the
actually a
Mandela
Mandela effect. Yeah.
He says life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. If you've ever eaten a box of chocolates. Forrest was just too fucking stupid to read
used to-
the
They
read the
changed
graph
it.
that came on it.
They changed it because of Forrest Gump.
No,
They
they
used to
didn't.
never-
Yeah, they
No,
really
they
did. They
didn't.
really
No,
did.
they
They
didn't.
really
No, it
did.
was a
No, they
surprise
didn't. I want to look it up.
assorted
Yeah.
box of
I want you to look it up. I would like
No, they
for you
changed
to
it.
find out.
They changed it.
No,
They changed
you're
it.
wrong, and I can tell you're
of-
lying. I know you well enough. You're lying. You're
They
not
changed
telling the
it. They
truth.
changed it,
They
brother.
did not. You're telling me Russell Stover started putting a fucking chart of what chocolates are on
Yes.
because they watched this movie and they went, "Fuck, he's making a good point."
No, they literally did.
Yeah,
They went.
You're
That's a
wrong and you're
fundamental.
lying, and if you think I don't know you well enough to know that you're lying,
They know that
you're crazy.
They thought there's a fundamental flaw in their system.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this pulls anything up. And if it does, I will humbly accept defeat. Wow, it doesn't seem like there's anything on it.
The laws that implement the candy guides on boxes wasn't passed until after the movie, and specifically because of the movie.
Okay, click it. And
And
see
by
if
the way,
this
they
is
made it a
also.
law.
I would like you to know this is Reddit, so I could have typed that. Josh could have typed that while we were loading this. Actually,
2 minutes ago.
this is from 2 months ago. That's crazy.
It's also funny that it's a law. You have to tell us what's in the candy. Put the fucking bundle in the fucking candy.
So that might be true, but I don't think that I would argue that there's zero chance that happened because of the movie.
It's literally and specifically because of the movie is what it says.
That's Reddit. That's anybody could have typed that.
Yeah.
Laws were not passed until this is literally from an AI overview of the Reddit. There's zero chance.
It seems like there's more evidence in our favor than there is in yours.
If you want to believe Reddit and AI, if that's the kind of Americans you guys are, then that's fine.
You don't think?
No,
if
that's the kind of Americans you guys are, where you want to believe Reddit, a global platform that anybody could type on, and artificial intelligence.
You never even know. It could be a Chinese fucking guy typing it.
It could be a Chinese guy typing it, and guess who makes that AI? It ain't Forrest.
Yeah. To be fair, Forrest only makes Jenny come, baby. Let's go. Come on. What are we talking about?
Zero
America
chance he
and this
makes her
motherfucker.
come.
Come on, brother. We're talking about Jenny.
Well,
you don't think Jenny comes? That should be movie analysis. Can we pull up the Jenny sex scene? Let's see if Jenny comes.
Please don't.
Oh yeah. You can tell.
There's
a lot of women
listen.
She goes, Forrest.
What
she takes him in because she's visiting her on leave. You remember that? She goes, Forrest, I got AIDS, Forrest.
And he's got a big old dumb.
Oh, dude, he's got
a big dumb.
He's got a huge big
mentally
dumb cock.
challenged wiener.
Oh, dude, his cock is massive.
Dude, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
The Lord cometh on her. Okay, well, there it is. Look at him, dude. That's literally me after I asked my girl to put a finger in my.
No, but this is the college
He's sitting there
scene.
afterwards regretting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's when he fucks her.
Is that when he gets AIDS?
It is a love scene.
Because
I thought it was back in the. No, that's when she comes back to visit him.
I don't know, man. This movie's fucked.
Yeah, look at her.
Arguably, it's not. Isn't it?
I mean, look at her. Look at him. He gets a boner and he's.
Oh, they don't have sex
Am
there.
I going to be me?
Yeah, they do. This is where they have sex.
No, he just gets a boner.
When does he fuck her?
No, I think it's when she comes back to visit him for like a day.
You are my girl, Jenny.
Yeah. You are my girl.
You are my girl, Jenny.
Totally fine movie.
You're my best good friend.
Oh,
there it is. You my best good friend.
Now the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan.
The beach landing scene in Saving Private Ryan.
Jack made me watch that.
Yeah. Do you know what I? You know what I? Sullivan, our roommate.
My former Navy
roommate.
SEAL roommate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think about with that movie? Whenever I'm in a green room and the person comes in, they go, 2 minutes. We gave them a 2-minute light. It reminds me of when they're like 30 seconds, like when they're like getting ready to land the beach. It's like 2-minute light. I go, all right. Yeah. Roger that. I go, Roger that.
When you're at East Austin and there's a 7-person crowd and they go, I just gave him the light. It's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I go, Roger that.
Roger that. 6 p.m. showcase is basically D-Day.
I'm like throwing up.
Evan Lopez is there going.
Yeah. I start doing doing Hail Marys. I go, God.
Yeah.
Our Father who art in heaven. Throw up in the back of the
I would dodge a draft.
You would?
Yeah.
I would go.
I would enlist so I wouldn't dodge.
Wouldn't.
See, what you're doing is the wrong strategy. If you wanted to not go to war, what you do is you enlist in the Air Force as an admin guy. You choose your job and the branch that won't go.
I also have enough medical conditions where I think I could get out of it.
I think
right.
No, you could just literally just go, I have a weird pinky, and they would be fine with that.
Okay, cool.
But also, if you go to war, it's because China's on our fucking soil.
Yeah.
Me and you, by the way, you are teaming up.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen is
You guys have fun.
It's gonna be me and you and Jack O'Sullivan, and we're gonna create a fire team. And then who should be our 4th member? I don't think Spencer. Spencer would be the wild card. Spencer would be. You know what Spencer would be? He'd be our tunnel rat.
Yeah,
we'd send him into little crevices with a pistol to be like, go check that noise out. He'd fucking flashlight in his mouth. Fucking. A tunnel rat would be a fucking dude. The balls to be a tunnel rat.
Yeah. All of those guys died.
I mean, all of them. All of them. Same with the guys that would open the door gunners on on a Huey in like Vietnam. The guys who would be the ones that would like when a plane would land to do like a medical eval, they'd have or a medical evac. They would have like a machine gunner right there on the back of like a 249 and. the life expectancy of those dudes when that door opened they said within first 5 seconds, if they didn't get shot within the first 5 seconds, they were going to be fine. But like the odds of them surviving after the first, it's once they can get that initial burst out, they're probably fine. But if the door opens and they land and when they land, the door opens, they immediately become everybody's funnel. Like everybody goes, shoot the guy with the giant machine gun who's about to start mowing us.
No.
So so their life expectancy was like 5 seconds or the entire mission, if that makes sense. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that thing of like the age of, never mind. I don't know, whatever. I was gonna try to say when people are like the middle age or the average age of like a person in the middle ages is like 45, but it's not actually like people would live to be 80.
But
it was
a
just
lot of people would die when they were newborns.
It was the same. It's the same thought process. It's like you'd either live for 5 seconds or you would survive.
Yeah, I just don't think I'm built for war, man.
You're too tall.
I'm too tall. I'm too big of a target.
Yeah. You're kind of like your shoulders are always down.
Yeah, like I need.
You got the mustache.
I need like dark and quiet to sleep.
Well, you get that in the military.
But how long do they let you sleep? Not
like
long,
6 hours.
Right?
Sometimes you get less than that.
I need 8 or 9.
But it'd be fun to
probably.
be like a captain or a sergeant, and then like you're in charge of all these young men. Like
that was the best. That was my favorite part of it. When I only was there for like 4 months. I was a corporal for a year and a half, but I wasn't in charge of anything. Well, I was in charge of stuff, but not until I was about to get out was I in charge of like an entire thing, an entire platoon. I was kind of the go-to guy. Yeah, it was. But then the thing that sucked was I was doing it, and then they put me in the office because I only had like a month left. So they were like, "Well, they're about to deploy, so you don't need to."
Yeah, like,
and then I just had to sit around.
Going to serve your country and then being forced to do paperwork
was bullshit.
Yeah,
it was the last
sounds like some
month.
bullshit.
It was only the last month, and then I had to get. You know what was funny? They made me the guy with the guide on, so I had to be the guy with the flag for my battalion for a little while.
What does
the
that
last
mean?
month. So like like when you see like a ceremony and there's like a dude holding a flag.
Yeah.
Or like in like the Civil War there'd be like a guy marching with like a drum.
The drum.
I was like on the team that was that for the last month.
Were they allowed to shoot the drummer?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
What a
They were allowed to
bullshit assignment.
Well, they were allowed to shoot anybody.
Yeah, but do you think it was like maybe like agreed upon? Like, hey man, like not the guy playing the drum.
Well,
he doesn't
or the
have a
trumpet. That
Well,
thing you shoot that guy?
they're actually like a really important role because they're keeping the fucking rhythm of the left. It's like the drum is supposed to be your left, so it's like left, right, left, right.
Yeah, but so
right,
you would think like, hey, we just keep this guy safe. Like, hey, we agree. You don't shoot our drummer.
I think they would put him at the back. I don't know though. Actually,
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if I signed up,
but being the guy to be the drummer.
Yeah, if I signed up for the percussion role of the
you'd be fucked.
The army, I feel like I'd be like, well, you're not going to shoot me, right?
Yeah, that's like, time out, guys. What the fuck is this?
I don't get a musket.
Yeah.
But I have to play the drums, and you guys but you're allowed to shoot me.
Dude,
That's crazy.
I also think having like a flintlock pistol would be sick.
Oh, dude.
Like a standoff, dude. Pop. Like imagine we both shoot muskets at each other, both fucking miss, and then we both like look wide up, then single shot pellet. We miss both of each other. Because we would be on opposite. That's the sad thing. We would have been on opposite sides, brother.
We would have. You would have been.
You'd been all right.
Yeah. No.
I don't think
Oklahoma.
so.
Oklahoma was part of the South.
Way part of the South. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, did not.
We'd be on the. I would be on the right side of history.
If
it's crazy. They're fucking. I'm both a bunch of racists.
Yeah, you're with the three.
Yeah, he would have been. You would have been on the South too.
Yeah.
No, you would have died in the Alamo.
Fuck, that was crazy.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
I mean, he's from San Antonio too.
Yeah, but I think that was post. When did y'all make the pilgrimage?
Never. We were a part of Texas before, and when it was a part of Mexico.
Wait, I would
The
like to
border
go on
crossed us.
record and just say during the time of the Civil War, Oklahoma was Native American territory.
Oh, so you guys were already.
So we were.
pillaging.
Yeah, I don't think it came into effect. Oklahoma wasn't a state until
Yeah,
after.
we were a state in 1907, and we joined the Union.
But where did your people come from?
What do you mean? My people?
Yeah.
So my
He's Native
biological
American.
dad's side's Native American.
Okay. Did not know that. That's crazy.
And then I
Doesn't it
honestly
explain
coming out. Yeah.
Explains some stuff.
Yeah, it spends a lot.
the alcoholism.
Yeah.
And the tattoos.
Yeah, I can blame you guys for that. Actually, you guys really ravaged my people.
You guys, we set it out there. You guys drank it. So.
No, okay. It's not my fault you used the blankets. Shut up.
Sorry. Also, sorry we had better weapons than you guys.
Okay. All right. Wow.
That's the idea of.
They just didn't adapt.
What is the idea when manifest destiny?
Manifest destiny,
which is a bad thought process, but it's that God wants us to have this land. That's why we're able to take it over.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's like what the Puritans thought.
I know, but that's I mean, you said it. That's
just
an
crazy
insane thought process.
Yeah, it's literally like a schizophrenic thought process.
Yeah,
it's like if God didn't want me to rub shit on my pants, I wouldn't have fucking been able to shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, I'm gonna eat my neighbor's dog.
That does sound like some old school Puritan shit. Well, God obviously wants us to slaughter these people for their land.
This is my actual opinion on it. They were.
Can we get a zoom in on him, by the way?
Yeah, whatever.
Let's get a close up.
The Comanches thought that they were the biggest and the baddest warriors. They put the claim out there, and it turns out they weren't.
I don't have enough historical reference to.
Me neither, but it does seem racist.
Argue with that, but it does seem like something I don't want to initially just agree on.
But you're Native American, though. You can get away with it.
It does seem like
the plains were the whole thing was like, we are the biggest and the baddest. Nobody owns it unless the people that have the feet on the soil. And then it was like. And everybody was like, well, the biggest and the baddest. Let's find out.
It was the Buffalo Soldiers that started killing them.
Really?
Yeah, the black African American was the first time that we like made some major headway with the Comanches. Was because basically the Mexico was like, we can't figure out these Comanches, and it had been a problem since the Spaniards got there. They'd always been killing them in the plains. Nobody had ever made any headway. And then,
like in battle, you're saying?
In battle, yeah.
Because they can ride and shoot.
Ride and shoot.
Oh yeah, they're like they're doing.
And then
drive-bys.
they would amass an army and then show up, and then the Comanches would just be like, "We're just gonna go to Colorado for a little while," and then they would try to chase them up there.
Guerrilla warfare. Yeah.
And then what happened was Mexico was like, "Okay, well, there's all these honkies that are moving here. Let's just use them as a buffer and see if they can't just kill them all off." And then that just didn't work. The Comanches just kept murking every Irish and German settler that kept coming through.
Yeah, you hear that, motherfucker?
Yeah, they would. And then what happened
I'm
was,
not Comanche, but
we've already went through enough. The Irish.
The Texans were like, okay, it's like maybe somewhere around like post or during Civil War, post Civil War. There was all these African Americans that were released and had fought in the Civil War, and they were like, we don't have anything to do now. And then they were like, well, we have Indians. Do you think you could help us with that? And then they murdered them.
Yeah.
So.
Because they could ride, but they also had a rifle, so it was
mixed with like the Texas Rangers and the whole lot of other white settlers that
and sneaky athleticism.
Yeah, just the murder that they'd done.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know why I said that. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Yeah. The murder that they'd done in the Civil War, and they're like, well, there's no place in society for these people, and then they were like, well, we can't just handle the Indians, and then they went out there and murdered
That's what a
them.
Buffalo Soldier is.
Mm-hmm. Well, Buffalo Soldier is like
I only know the song.
Like just African Americans that
their hair looked like the buffalo, they would say, so that's why they called them Buffalo Soldiers. Also, Native Americans did own slaves.
Yeah.
All right, don't do this.
They were huge slave culture.
Don't do
They
this.
would enslave themselves and other like anybody.
Yeah,
they were
Chief Van was
huge
one of the
slave-
biggest slave owners.
I've seen
I don't-
Apocalypto
in America.
I just rewatched Apocalypto.
I don't feel like
do
that is factual.
It's 100% factual.
Yeah, look,
They would for
One
sure
of
do
the
that.
biggest slave owners is way too vague of a thing to say about an entire people without fact checking. I do believe that they own slaves, though. I think most people have owned slaves at some point.
Cherokee leader. And
Cherokee
slave owner.
leader and slave owner, yeah.
It was also a
I'm not
wealthy slave
Cherokee,
owner.
just for the record. I'm Chickasaw, so I don't know about this fucking James Van. You know, that doesn't exactly sound
Chickasaw
like
is a county in Iowa.
yeah. They're
All of our countries or all of the counties in Iowa are named after that. There's Black Hawk County. There's Chickasaw. There's
It's just 100
I'm a part of
slave
Cerro Gordo. Iowa is a Native American. It's like a what is it?
Yeah.
It might be it actually might be an Osage word for.
I'm not.
I think for land.
This guy only had 100 slaves.
those are his personal ones.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's crazy. To be fair, hey, listen, I'm not
Only is
Cherokee,
crazy.
so I'm not Cherokee, so
But
I'm
the Comanches were. I mean, that was their thing. Was slave trade.
not, yeah.
Huge.
Well, wouldn't they?
And they had the hardest working ones.
To Mexicans? Is that what they had?
There was no slavery past what was it? I forgot what river it was, but that's because Mexican labor was so cheap.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was more expensive to purchase
like
a
the
slave.
Mississippi River.
No, it wasn't Mississippi. It's
Nueces?
Yeah.
After that, it would just be like we might as well
Mexican
just hire
labor.
a.
Yep.
Like he'll work for 3 pennies. Like we got to feed the slaves 5
Jesus
pennies.
Christ.
It takes 5 pennies to feed a slave. Mexican guy.
Well, your ancestors will be proud of this fucking pot of fucking rates that you charge at this podcast studio. I mean, Jesus Christ. If we were west of the fucking Nueces River or whatever.
Nueces.
Nueces. What's Nueces mean? Eggs?
Huevos.
Huevos.
What's Nueces?
I don't think anything.
That's the word.
9.
9.
Oh, Nueces.
Yeah.
Now 21 is 21. Mm-hmm. Now, how do you say 91? How do you say when you go to 90? How do you say 91?
91 is
91.
91.
Yeah.
91.
Yeah.
Because after 4, it becomes and, right? It's like 26. That's like 26.
Yeah.
26.
I don't get how people can learn.
96.
You're
No,
you're bilingual, like fully bilingual, right?
No.
No? You don't speak Spanish?
I don't speak either language very well, no.
That's exactly how I would be if I had to grow up both ways. I would be like, there's no way I can know.
I'm not good at either.
Yeah, I'm not good at either.
I wasn't great until I started working construction.
Spanish?
Yeah, because I grew up. I graduated high school. I was one of 7 out of 700 and something like it was like 659 Hispanics, and then like 7 of us.
7 whites?
7 whites.
Whoa.
Yeah, he grew up with Mexican cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There's a guy.
Like you guys like really party.
Bro, I live on Riverside.
Doing jalapeno.
Twice a week, I see a guy riding a horse down the street I live on. Mexican guy on a horse. Where'd he start? Where's he going? Who knows? But I like it.
It's such a proud culture.
You have to be able to ride a horse, right? You can ride horses?
Yeah, I did. My dad was professional rodeo cowboy.
That's
and
crazy.
Then, shoed horses all of my life, and then I did 3 years of rodeo.
You did 3 years of rodeo?
I rode bulls, a little bit of saddle bronc.
What the fuck?
Pretty cool, right?
What the fuck? Why?
Have you ever attended a Cowboys of Color rodeo?
Yeah.
We used to have them in Oklahoma all the time. I always listened. It was
We
funny
used to call it jailbreak rodeo.
I always
No, they
listened.
didn't.
I was going to say that would have been crazy. I already thought Cowboys of Color was crazy, but they were the ones who named it. So like whatever. But yeah, it was. I always listened to the rap stations when I was young, and there was always a couple times a year where they would be running that ad, and it literally is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of
just black
very
cowboys.
Black cowboys.
Can you
Prominent.
explain? Will you explain what the competition of bull riding is? Because is it you hold on the
It's
longest?
how long you stay on, right?
You have to stay on for 8 seconds and to just even get a point, right?
Okay.
Even to get a score, and then after that it's 50 points to the bull, 50 points to the rider. So at any
Wait, the bull
one
is
second.
being judged?
yeah.
So that's like okay. So is that like the house when you play like if you're playing blackjack, like the points to the house, points to the? Do you get what I mean?
You get a combined score.
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
so you pick
a
your
really
bull.
good score is like an 85. Like a competitive score would be like an 85.
Okay, but can you explain how you get points then?
You
Yeah.
get points for spurring. The bull gets like if you draw like a bad bull and all he does is like crow hop, he just goes like this down the arena. He might only get 20 points.
Right.
And
Okay.
then you can get points for spurring. You can get points for like there's flare points. How you stay on top of the bull. If you manage to stay on top of his back, you do everything you can to stay
Gotcha.
on.
I've actually
And
that
all
is
those
actually
things.
makes a lot of sense because I've always thought like, well, you could get a bull that just doesn't buck that hard and
Yeah.
you stay on for fucking ever, and it's like
But after 8
And you-
seconds, they watch the bull and you for 8 seconds, and then as soon as that buzzer goes off, it doesn't matter what you do after
you
that.
just
Like, because there's a lot of guys that like could have like a really good turn back when at like 9 seconds, and they're like, you just didn't
Doesn't
do the
matter.
buzzer. That doesn't matter.
so spurring would be like if you had a bull that was not you fucking
yeah,
jab
because you're
it in the
taking
side,
a risk.
and then
So
it-
when you're
yeah.
on top of him, you're hugging him with your legs, and that's what's keeping you on, or keeping your balance back and forth. If the bull's not moving as much as you want it to, and you release a leg and then spur back to make him turn. So it's like you're controlling the bull now. You
Yeah.
can make him do different shit.
Wow,
If it-
that's so interesting.
If it responds to you, that's the way. Dude, watch JB Mooney's pull up Bodacious.
Is that his bull?
It's one of like the craziest.
Video.
Yeah, you can do this one. This one's pretty good.
I know nothing about this sport, and it's so interesting. To
Dude,
me.
there's a new one called the Austin Rattlesnakes or Austin Ramblers that we should go watch. It's
I'm
bringing
down to go
back-
watch some shit like that. This is. So he's getting judged for the first 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so after 8 seconds, it doesn't matter. You said.
He's the best.
So this
bull
is like
rider.
a good. This is
He's
like
arguably
wow.
one of the best bull riders
He's
of all time.
got a 94.
Yep.
Look at
is,
all
I
these
mean,
fucking
insane.
honkies having a great time.
Oh yeah, and you know he gets cowgirl pussy.
Oh yeah,
He's
for
got a-
sure.
Well, he's hurt now.
Smoking.
Is he the one? Wait, is he the
broke
one
his
that
neck.
is? And then he has the bull now, right?
Yeah.
That's
He bought
such a
that
cool story.
Bodacious.
That was the one that broke his neck.
No, he also bought Bodacious. He's bought almost all of the bulls that he had like prominent rides on because he uses them as studs now. So basically, he just turns them out into pasture and gives them heifers
And lets him
and
fuck.
lets them fuck.
Dude, being a stud bull would be the
Most of the time, they're
that's
just getting
the,
jacked off.
Damn,
that's the
that
life.
thing is really going. Holy shit.
Oh
my god.
Oh, Pearl Harbor.
And now they're trained.
It's called Pearl Harbor.
Now,
Motherfucker was a vicious.
To be like I'm going up against Pearl Harbor.
they're trained to jump around like that.
Yeah.
So that's not that's not like a natural reaction to having someone on their back.
Something, yeah.
A little
bit.
but-
So they have a flank strap that basically it goes under like the very back by their hip bones, and they put it behind their nuts, and then they pull their nuts up, like just to
So it's
just to
uncomfy for
flat
'em?
to- It's a little uncomfy. So like the motion of that, they're trying to kick that rope off.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a way to make them do that.
Oh, okay.
Is that like is there any
It lets them know it's go time.
and is there any merit to they don't let racehorses piss until after a race?
I think that's a completely
that's
different
it.
sport.
When they want to piss, they'll piss.
They don't tie their dicks off like that's what I've heard. I've heard they tie their dicks off so they run faster.
Maybe in like some
In like the 1300s maybe.
maybe yeah.
Some, like,
It could be
medieval-
a thing, but then like no, you want the horse to like the less weight it has,
Well,
the better.
I've heard it's sort of like how you're not supposed to jack off if you're a boxer. It's like
I remember. Do you remember the show Sports Science where they would test those kind of theories? They tested one about having sex before a fight. What'd they
decide?
They had it didn't affect anything. They had a boxer
Bullshit.
have sex and then the next day show up and like do like all sorts of train. Like they had one where he abstained for a little bit and then he trained and they measured all these scientific metrics for how
Like,
hard he was
yeah,
punching,
yeah.
his heart rate, all that stuff. And then they did the opposite where they had him fuck. And then he came and did the same test, and it was like all basically the exact same.
now they should do it.
There's got to be a mental aspect.
They should do moments after though.
I will.
It should be like
that's different. Nobody's fucking in the locker room and then walking out.
You never know.
I will say this:
Part of the rider.
that might not have an effect, but I have had friends who I had one friend specifically who got in this weird nofap subreddit and decided to do it, and so like he was already kind of a crazy guy, but he didn't jerk off for like and didn't purposely come for like 9 months.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
he was a vastly different person a couple months in just because of how pent up he was.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
it's gotta be like toxic for your body at a certain point.
Yeah,
And
I
your
don't
body,
know.
will-
You can't-
your
you
body
can't hold
will
that
get
much-
rid of it.
Bro,
I
you-
did it for a month, and I nighttime came in my pants like 5 times.
So you had some wet dreams.
Yeah, which are the best.
Sick.
by
I
the
used to
way.
get those when I was on
Really?
heroin sometimes.
Did you have dreams of a lady friend?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they were like actresses. I had Scarlett Johansson one that I was at.
Damn,
that's a good
Sometimes
one.
I'll quit
That's a
jacking
solid
off
one.
And watch a little bit of Scarlett Johansson before
I just
bed,
get Tom
and just be like,
Holland
I'll
getting
see
butt
you.
fucked. Welcome to the Friendly Fire podcast, by the way, everybody. We're gonna cut that part.
No, we're not.
I've been bombing.
No,
I've
we're not.
had two. What is so? I don't know if you've ever tuned in, Dean, but people always say I'm a bit of a sniper, and that's, I'm like the Chris.
I
I'm
don't
like the
go to
Chris
the comments,
Kyle.
so they might be.
I'm the
yeah.
Chris Kyle of the podcast world,
Okay.
and so sometimes I take some.
He's
Sometimes
gonna
I take
get
some.
shot to death soon.
I'm gonna-
That's
yeah.
what he's saying.
I mean, I'm gonna claim that I'm like really good and I'm not that bad. And
Yeah,
then
Josh just lies about a bunch of stuff on the podcast. Is what it is. He's kind of the Chris Kyle of this podcast.
And
He's
people
just
always-
lying a lot.
And people always compare me to Bradley
he
Cooper.
He lies.
Yeah, there was like a lot of stuff that he said.
Yeah.
He said
Well,
he shot the DC sniper. Didn't
There
he?
was a thing. There were a lot of things that he lied about. There was a lot of truth in
Yes.
in what he did. He
We
was
respect
a,
the truth.
Davy
We-
he
Crockett
was
in
a very decorated veteran, and a lot of the things he did were true. But there were a lot of things that were just no. Like there was one that he said during Katrina, he was
Yeah,
like on
that's what it
top
was.
of the Superdome, like sniping looters, and there's just no record of anything like that happening.
so
and it's
illegal.
Yeah,
also
that's exactly what's-
it's also just him being like, I
Serial
murdered
killer.
people. Like, yeah, there were a couple things. I actually watched a video about it kind of recently on. I've gotten
here's-
on this TikTok of people who rate movies that are based on true stories and show how real or not real they were, and that was one of them.
And here's the thing: on this podcast, we support the troops. We love the boys. We back the blue.
Of course,
and we
100%.
we back the blue. And no, yeah, we do.
support
And
the
then we
boys.
also
Y'all can.
and
We
also
support the boys. I don't back
and we
the blue.
love nurses. And we also what else do we do that's American?
I like nurses.
I buy.
You're not all heroes.
I buy organic
Not
food.
not true
I buy
already. I
from
know
farms,
for
local
sure.
local farms. I support the local honey industry, and so.
I don't know
and-
what this bit is.
And no, I'm just trying
like
to.
it,
I'm just
though.
trying to clarify that we love the fucking boys.
Yeah.
And so Chris Kyle can lie a little about shooting people in Katrina.
It's the Davy Crockett syndrome. It's like
Yeah.
people are gonna talk. You
Did
might as
Davy
well let them-
Crockett lie?
Who's Davy
Never.
Crockett?
Davy Crockett was a Tennessean congressman right before it's like 1932, and then he had a famous speech where he was Andrew Jackson was getting rid of all of the like renegotiating like the terms for the Indians, and Davy Crockett didn't like what he was doing, and so he said, "You may all go to hell, and I'm going to Texas." And then he showed up at the Alamo and
Yeah.
ended up dying in the Alamo
Now here's
Yeah.
a question:
for Texas and died a free man.
Have you? Let's
But
go.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He never.
And
Lied.
so he's a patriot or no?
Yeah, true patriot.
True
True
patriot.
Texas
okay.
patriot, yeah.
Now here's a
Nationalist.
question: did you watch Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
Texas forever.
Texas forever, brother.
Texas forever.
I like.
fucking love that fucking
Here's
show.
the
It's
thing.
such a good show.
Oh, Tim Riggins is my fuck, dude. Tim Riggins, the big dude, the rigging unit, dude. Give me a fullback who's just not afraid to lead block for Booby Miles, baby. Let's fucking go.
You really watched it.
See, I only watched the movie.
Oh wow,
I
that
never
was filmed
watched the
in
show.
Georgetown.
In
Really?
Georgetown, now where did you grow up? Near Georgetown?
Near Georgetown. So born in Alpine, and then moved to Georgetown when I was like 5, and then between Georgetown and Florence for till my grandparents took me when I was a sophomore.
Now, do you think that Matt Saracen actually had the makings of a starting quarterback, or do you think it was all heart? It wasn't fundamentals.
No, it wasn't. No, I mean a good mix, but heart. Is really
Heart is what
came
you.
through.
I mean, and it's really what happened. It's the grit. It's the
That's
fucking.
what it takes to make a good a good high school quarterback. It's
Yeah,
hard.
you just
It's
got,
all
you
hard.
got grit. You got grit. You got to fucking get hit and still get up. I heard Tom Brady talk about this yesterday, and I thought it was fucking. I got chills kind of talking about it when he was talking about it. I liked it. I liked the quote. Made me feel like I need to do man shit more. I need to get a gun, another gun.
You don't have a-
I
yeah,
have a
that's
gun.
the same.
I need to get another gun.
I don't have a gun.
But he was saying that his philosophy when he would get sacked,
Yeah.
he was like, it hurt. It didn't matter how bad it hurt. I had to get up before the D lineman. If you hit me, I was getting up before you.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Tom Brady. And I was like, that's a dog mentality.
Yeah,
I
that's
fucking
what
like that
carries you
shit.
through. Yeah.
I like that fucking shit. I've been doing push-ups in my bathroom. I'm trying to get to 100 without stopping. I can't fucking get there. It's so hard.
I don't like Tom Brady.
That's crazy. I didn't like him until
it's not.
his redemption arc at the Buccaneers made me fucking love him.
I'm not saying he's not great. I don't like. I
I
just
mean,
don't.
best quarterback of all time.
And he's a
Tom
fucking dog. And he's the man. What do you not like about him? What do you not like
color
about him?
commentator?
What do you not like about
He's
him?
okay as a commentator. He's doing pretty good as a
It
commentator.
was his first year as well.
I don't like his face.
No.
He got some work done.
He's got some work done, and it's hard to look at.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple videos of him golfing. I don't care for his attitude.
Okay.
You don't. What now?
Just
What
trying
is
to
it?
care
What
for
is
the
it?
way that he talks.
What is it? What is it
Just
about
a
his
hater.
attitude?
I think he's no.
You can be a hater. It's okay.
It's just
just-
something where
Man, it's
like,
Texas forever, baby.
It's Texas
it's
forever.
not Texas forever. Just so you know,
God, take that hat off, dude.
I'm
that
from
fucking-
Take that
Oklahoma,
fucking
dog.
hat off. Yeah.
No,
Hey, do you know why God made Oklahoma? This is actually
no, this is a classic
a-
Texas adage.
Let's
that
hear it,
means
though.
nothing.
Yeah,
What is
what
it?
is it?
Tell me.
God made Oklahoma so you can see a better place to live.
Yeah, as if
Because it's
like,
so flat, you
'cause-
just see right.
Yeah,
the fuck over
because
there. It's
like
oh,
Texans,
that's better.
Texans
oh, this is
made
better.
this up as if you can't turn north, west, or east and see any other fucking state.
You can't.
Yeah, you can. What are you talking? You understand what they're saying, right? So you can see a better place to live. You can be in Oklahoma.
this
It's
fucking
flat, and
big.
you can
It's
see
all flat and
you
shitty.
can see
if you-
Texas.
as long as you can see over the buffalo chips, you can see in a better place to live. That's
yeah,
the
but
beauty of it.
You understand that
You
I
can,
could
like,
turn
here-
north and look at Kansas too, right?
You can.
The saying makes no sense because Texans are fucking stupid.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's
All right, I
a
don't
better
like
place to
this.
live. Anywhere besides Oklahoma. Anywhere in the world.
I don't.
Tahiti.
All
Better
right.
than Oklahoma.
Okay, you are
It's a
okay.
steaming pile of buffalo shit.
South Dakota better
And
than
if you have
South
to
Dakota?
fight- and here's the
I
thing-
forgot
here's the
how
thing, if
nice
you have to-
Georgetown was. My bad. I forgot how
Well,
nice
they
of
filmed
a
Friday Night
I
Lights
forgot
there.
how nice of a metropolitan
sorry.
Georgetown, Texas is.
If you have to fight somebody from Oklahoma, you just stay right in front of them.
And also did
Their eyes are on the side of their
did
head.
Billy Bob did
See this, he wants to call me a hater. This
by
is
the
some
way,
hater shit.
and did Billy Bob Thornton come to Georgetown to film Friday Night Lights in Oklahoma?
Billy Bob
I
Thornton-
rest my case. Texas
fucking
forever.
gavel.
I'm fucking Texas forever, brother. I love this goddamn country. I love this goddamn state.
It's not
I'm gonna
good
get a
logic. Billy Bob
goddamn-
Thornton literally just spent like half a year in Oklahoma filming Landman, which was one of the most popular shows of this year.
Nobody's even
You
heard of
fucking
that
idiot.
fucking shit. It's not a
Nobody
pillar
heard
to the
of it.
goddamn American Constitution. If you own
This
on there,
rambling
now
nonsense.
here's the thing. Now
Pillar
here's
of
the
the
thing.
Constitution.
It's a pillar of
Do
the
you even think he
Constitution.
knows what he's saying?
I know what. Here's
But
the
I
thing.
love it.
Now here's the thing, brother.
He's just
But I'll tell
saying
you something,
words he
I love
thinks
it.
are American.
I fucking love.
It's a pillar of the Constitution
Now listen,
of the Sig
Eagles,
Sauer Smith
now
and
you
Wesson.
tell me, are there is now Louisiana Purchase on top of an Eagle?
He's just running out of.
Now I can keep talking about America. You want me to talk about America? I'll talk about AR. I've never seen an AR-15 be made in Oklahoma.
They wouldn't even know how to use it.
They wouldn't even know how to use it. They probably try to shove it in their own
Cowards.
ass.
My father legitimately built an AR-15 in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he didn't do it from his bare hands. He didn't
Yeah, he
forge the
did.
metal.
He literally
He didn't
did.
3D print it
I
and then
don't know
shoot a
if-
CEO in New York with it, did he?
No,
Did
but
he
I
kill the-
actually do support that. I'm
Yeah,
all
that's a
for
pretty
that.
Do you
That
think
was
how
so
funny would it be
sad.
if Zach Silverman used his 3D printer to make a gun and kill a congressman? It would be the
That
craziest
would be
plot twist of all
awesome.
time. We'd be
Depending
like,
on what
Zach?
congressman he killed, I'd be pretty pumped
You'd be
about
like-
it.
we'd be like,
I think any of
Zach?
them could get it though.
What's it? One he's like
Any of them can get it.
the guy who
on site.
the guy who's doing a D&D bit on stage. Is
They played.
Zach's
It's
got
so-
it. in him. Zach
so
got it.
it's so funny to watch. It's so funny if he gets off stage. He's like, I just don't get why that wizard shit's not working. It's okay. I've been bombing. I bombed all weekend with it. I've been bombing for the past 2 weeks. You heard me yip yap about it yesterday in the green room.
Yeah.
I can't get it consistently to work. It's about I think it's so funny that the American Revolution happened and Britain didn't have correspond, like they were like, when their tensions were high, it's not like the troops that Britain sent knew anything about America. They thought they were fighting like Puritans. And then the first battle was in like next to Boston. It was in Lexington. So they thought they were going to fight Puritans and like the Amish. And then they fought dudes from Boston. Like they fought Mark Wahlberg's ancestors.
Yeah.
I think that's so funny. And I've been trying to do a whole thing about it. Nobody agrees with me. Nobody else thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
That they got
Yeah.
there. They got
Yeah.
there and dudes from Boston were like, did you see what we did with that tea in the fucking haba? You think you like what we did with your tea, kid?
I think there's a couple holes in
wish.
it. I want you to know I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
yeah, I
the
mean, everything
whole-
literally
there's something there.
stinks.
The whole is that
People don't
obviously,
picture
they
this.
didn't talk like that back then.
Well, that's the thing where I go, when did they start talking like that?
That is actually a great question. I would love to find out. But back then, they probably still had like English fucking accents, which is
Yeah.
They were all
so
English.
lame.
Like
Yeah.
10 years before
And
that. they were all
also,
So then how the fuck do we turn that into, did one guy just have a speech impediment and everybody went, what if that's how that happened? Everybody's just kind of making fun of some guy behind his back and then it just became a thing.
some accents probably are rooted, and it'd be hard to trace, but a lot of them probably are rooted in a lack of like education and
Well,
literacy.
What is it? It's
It's just one person.
a
that
certain
was
Spanish,
really cool.
Spaniard Spanish, if like they do this.
Yeah.
And so they do this.
Look at the king once did that.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Barcelona.
But I think like a lot of the like southern accent comes from Irish
Yeah.
immigrants.
Yeah.
Like, just the illegible, like they couldn't understand it, and so
Well,
they
have you ever tried to read Old English by any chance? Like, if you try to read like literature from like, will you just Google Chaucer, like Chaucer
Chaucer?
Chaucer
I want
prose.
to see how Josh spells Chaucer.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. Chaucer prose. It's
Chaser.
just Chaucer. There it is, Geoffrey Chaucer. Now look at his like just Google his image and Google image it, or like click on one of his things that he wrote, like House of Fame. Like just click on House of Fame, and then look at what it looks like,
Oh, there it is.
or the Canterbury Tales or anything.
Oh, Canterbury Tales.
Yeah, he wrote Canterbury
I feel
Tales.
like I've read that.
That's
Egg?
the
Like
Tale
the
of the
egg?
Red Knight. You've probably read that.
I don't know. It's
That's like the most
You've been
common
diving
one.
into this.
Oh, yeah. I also this is
I
what
don't
I
know that we're
studied in
gonna be able
college.
to find
You can just Google it like a.
Ooh, I got a hole in one today.
on what.
The golden tea.
Fuck yeah.
You've been playing Golden
Where were
Tee?
you playing Golden Tee? We
At
started
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it at our apartments. They have a whole.
Can we just type in
Golden Tee
poems
thing.
afterwards
Yeah.
or something?
Brother, I can't believe I haven't told you about this. Joe and I have been playing every morning.
Yeah, dude, I love Golden. I'll come
like
smoke
the
you guys
fucking
in Golden
big
Tee.
Yeah, good
Or
luck,
type
son.
in
I just
PDF.
I've been dialed in. Dialed in.
I'm telling you, dude, it's a different level.
Yeah.
The last round I played in Golden
Yeah.
Tee, I shot 21 under par.
No way.
I swear to God.
Yeah, there's somebody in our
I didn't miss a putt. I made every single putt.
Do we have any samples of what he's doing?
Some of the
eagled. You just got eagled the entire game.
This
some
isn't
of
even worth
the
it.
courses, this specific course of the greens weren't very.
This isn't worth
Crazy,
it.
so-
We don't have to do this.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to see fucking his old English writing because it's fucking impossible.
Well, this is modernized. It
Well,
just
type
said
in
that.
into Parliament of Fouls. And that poem specifically,
Parliament of Fouls.
yeah, and it was this actually got him in a lot of trouble. He came after this is a diss track to the monarchy. Is there like God, there's not gonna show do they not just have it? Every other word is like spelled all fucked up and you have to like just Google image that thing. There's no way. Type in like page 1. See if it pops up. Oh, there it is. And then we can't read it. Now, there we go.
Although his life, that's as far as I got.
It's crazy.
That looks like it says QNEVNTE.
Thought his life acquainted.
Nope, there's no
of
A.
him,
Be the vermin.
of him, although his wife acquainted of him. I can't even see it from this far. But anyways, I had to write like a 25-page fucking thesis about this.
The younger that. Nope.
The images that my life futter been making wolf thunking
On God. On God.
On God, dude.
On God, bro.
On God.
On God, bro.
Folk think
On God, the Parliament of Fouls be tripping.
Hey, bro,
It's
for real,
crazy.
these motherfucker, because the whole thing was
for real, no bonnet. Bro.
it was calling them no bonnet is crazy.
No bonnet.
Hey, bro, no crown, no crown.
No crown.
Well, you know what's funny about the Parliament of Fouls? Nothing's very funny about it, but he was calling them fools, but fowls. He was calling them bird brain. Have you ever heard bird brain? Have you ever heard somebody called like a bird brain?
A bird
Yeah.
brain, yeah.
That's
brain,
because
yes.
of this.
Huh.
Because he wrote this thing basically being like, "You guys are fucking stupid.
You guys are all birds.
Hey, that shit for the birds, bro.
Hey, that shit for the birds, bro.
Hey, bro, that shit for the birds and the squirty McSquirts.
Go birds.
Go birds. All right. Well, I'll tell you
Birds
what.
forever.
No, I don't.
I'll tell you what. I think that's
smells like
probably
it's
gonna wrap it
an
up
hour
for
and
us,
a
right?
half.
We got fucking.
Yeah, we
We did a fucking
we really
hour and a
put in
half,
some
huh?
work.
You smelling it?
Yeah, it smells like pussy.
It smells like Josh.
Kabaza.
No,
I got him.
no.
We got him, everybody. We all got him, not me. We got him. We all got him.
Go follow Dean. Dean, what's your Instagram? You'll get
Dean A. Stanfield.
Dean A. Stanfield. Very funny.
on, dogs.
Dallas, Fort Worth area. I am at Hyenas in the Red Room on March 7th. Buy tickets to that. And I'm in Oklahoma City this weekend, which if you're here, go to the Bricktown Comedy Club on Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
March 19th, I'm at Cab City, headlining, main room.
In
Come on.
Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas.
And then February 28th. Oh, this weekend, if you're seeing this, February 14th and 15th, I'm at Velveeta Room in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Headlining. Come see. Josh will be there
Friday.
14th. And then February 28th, I'm in St. Pete Beach, Florida.
Coastal Creative.
Coastal
CoastalCreative.com for
I'm
tickets.
doing that in April.
Fuck yeah.
CoastalCreative.com for tickets. Are you headlining it?
Uh-huh.
You know what's fucked up is I
Friday and
tried
Saturday.
to hit him up for headlining and he said, "Let me get back to you." And they never replied.
He emailed me and said he hates you.
Yeah.
He probably did.
He said, don't mention this to John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what, guys. Thank you guys so much
Thanks for listening
checking
to
to
the
the Friendly
Friendly
Fire podcast.
What a